Hello everyone, welcome to another video of my channel. Today we'll talk about CSS. We'll be learning how to create a custom navbar along with tooltip facility. So let's get started. At first, we'll write some HTML code. Let's write our container. So inside the body, this is a div, and let's name this class as navbar. Now inside this div, let's take another div named container. As we can't see anything, let's apply some styles. At first, let's import the style.css file here. Now we are gonna show some icons. For this we'll be using FontAwesome library. We have imported its bundle from Cloudflare CDN. Here you can see we have added very simple CSS here. For the body, margin and padding is 0, and for the navbar our position is fixed, and we have used top left right 0 just to center it. Now we are gonna apply styles to our navbar class, container class. Say display flex. Let's give a background color at first so that we can see something. Now apply some width, say 40 viewport width. Now say padding. Now let's include the icons here. We are naming this span class as nav item. Inside it we're gonna take link. For simplicity we are giving nothing, no link. Now we will be taking say our icons. Now I am adding the FontAwesome icons, FA, FAW, FA home. If I save it, as you can see, after reloading we can see our container and this FontAwesome icon. Let's add all the other icons at first. There are 5 icons. Let's change the icon names: search, user, pencil, and bell. So we got our icons. Let's apply some style. We are giving display. Now let's give some justify content space between. Now let's center this container by giving margin auto. Let's make the two bottom corners round. Let's save and see. So we got our initial navbar. Now it's time to add custom tooltip. What we want to do is, whenever we hover over any of this link, a corresponding tooltip will be displayed. I have already uploaded a video on how to develop a custom tooltip from scratch using CSS and HTML. You can check this link. Now let's give color white to these links. Container A, color white. Now it's time to implement the custom tooltip. So for this reason, all the span elements should be positioned relative. The nav item class will have position relative. Now at first let's write the names of each of the icons which will be displayed in the tooltip. Here we'll take a span DOM element whose name will be class tooltip. So for this it will be home. Let's copy and paste it and say let's change the names. This will be search, about. So we are done changing the contents. Now let's add styles. So we need to apply style in this tooltip class. Its position will be absolute. Now we need to give some top and left properties. Left will be minus 80%. Now at top, so it has gotten into this position. Now add some background color border to beautify it. Border done. Now padding, some border radius. Now the same background and white text color. This has become more beautiful. Now it's time to add a triangle at the top of each of these tooltip. For this I'll be using CSS selector named before. I also have a video on how to draw CSS triangle from scratch. You can also check it. So we are taking tooltip before selector. We'll be adding a content empty, position absolute, border for the time being set npx, solid. We'll be adding some top and left property, so it has come to kind of center. Now using the tricks of border color, we will be generating our triangle. I'll not describe it here. I already have discussed it, how we can do it in my previous videos. Transparent, and the same color, and transparent. If I save it, we got our triangle. So we got our tooltip content. Now it's time to add some transition property. So whenever we hover over each of the link, it appears. So for this reason, at first we need to hide all these tooltip. So by default, their opacity will be 0 and visibility will be hidden. Now when will they be appearing? Whenever we hover over each of this nav item or span, we will have to add nav item hover, and here say we apply the opacity 1 and visibility visible. But for which class? For tooltip class. If I save it now, let's hover over the icon, and you can see now while hovering each of the span, we can see the tooltip. Now let's add some transition to make it more beautiful. We'll be adding transition, say for the opacity property, say 0.3 second, and it will be linear. Now let's check. Yes, this is come with a delay of 0.3 second and linearly. So we are done. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like my video, please consider sharing with others. That's all for today. Thank you very much.